Hi, comic book fans, and it is not a Monday night. It is not the price variance, but I am joined by everybody's favorite Canadian. What are we doing? Well, Alan is here in a different role. He's here as a comic creator. Yes,
Mm.
Alan has created a comic, and Anna's created a comic, and so I am interviewing him differently as a comic creator. So, Alan, what on earth is going on? You are a comic collector. How come you've got into comic creation?
So I think I don't know. It's one of those things like as a comic collector, you kind of always want to go one step further and like have your own comic. I think that's the dream of every little kid, and I'm still a little kid. So I always wanted to have my own comic. I wrote a comic way back when. Actually wrote several, but never actually got published. Uh, I got this opportunity where I bought a collection of comics from this one guy that does Kickstarters.
Uh,
And I was like, I was sort of just talking to the guy, like, because what happened was he had the books up on eBay for a certain price, and they were just like really expensive. So I was like, oh, maybe if I can find a way to contact the guy directly, I can get a better price. So I mentioned, to the guy, hey, I have a comic channel, and it just sort of became a conversation. And then we actually started speaking to each other, and I was like, oh, I'd love to do a comic, and he's like, oh, I've done all these Kickstarters, and so it just became one of those conversations. And I was like, hey, let's do something together. And I had this idea of golden age female characters and doing that as a comic.
I
You
could
know,
never have guessed, Alan, what it was going to be about.
like, well, his stuff, the guy, the other this guy that I partner with, his company is Fivefinity, and if you look at his stuff, it's all these kind of sexy covers and like Mandy and Cherry Pop Tart and all these kind of stuff. Like, so he's already in the kind of my
He's in the,
space
he's in
kind
the,
of thing.
he's in the sort of soft porn area.
Well, it's not quite, I wouldn't go that far with it, but it is like sexy, I would say, on the sexy side.
Sexy.
And I love my female characters, and especially the golden age ones. So having like a sort of sexy golden age, character book would be I thought would be kind of fun. Um, so yeah, so basically,
Going to be a reprints, or is it going to be new reimaginations of some of the Golden Age
so
characters?
so one of the things that I always liked, and this is a weird thing, I guess, was I was a big D&D fan, like Dungeons and Dragons. And one of the things that, of the books that I read as a kid, which is not many, I was like really kind of a scared reader. I actually found reading a little bit hard as a kid. But I did enjoy reading the monster manuals. I just read them and reread them and memorized them. I just love them, like with all the stats and like the little bit of history about the different monsters. I love that, and so I don't know why. I just really love that, and so what I wanted to do is kind of make a comic in that feel where you got the character and you show them what they look like in the golden age, get all their stats, like where their first appearance is, what their abilities are, what's their name, all that kind of stats, and then the origin story. Okay. So that kind of information, so you get that kind of cool information about the character, sort of, and then on the next page, so it's going to be 2 pages for each character. So first page is that kind of like stat sheet, and then the second page is a pinup, reimagining by a modern artist what this character could look like.
That sounds great. So let me just so do all these characters have to be in public domain? I presume they do.
Yes, yeah, you got me on that one. So I can't do Wonder Woman, for example. That would be very dangerous. I can't do
Can
certain
you do
characters.
can you do Miss Mask?
Yes, I can. So Miss Mask. So I actually created a list of about 50 characters, and because comics are like usually about 30 pages, I can only do 14 per book
Okay.
based on that 2 panel
Yeah.
thing or 2 page thing.
Yeah.
So I picked 14 characters. Miss Mask made it the list the first round. There's some other characters that I might do in the next round if I get enough funding that I really want to do that are kind of public domain. It's like one of those sort of sketchy areas where it says it's public domain, but you have to use it a very particular way. So it's, for example, like if you like a character like Phantom Lady
Yeah.
is the one I'm actually talking about. If you use her like she was done in the Golden Age, perfectly fine. But if she looks like the modern version of Phantom Lady, which is a DC comic style, then you're going to get sued. You have like lots of problems. So you got to be really careful how to use the characters. So that was kind of one of the issues that we had to look at. So we picked ones that were just like nobody cares. Nobody cares in terms of the copyright. But these are cool characters. You know, still ones that I think are awesome. I collect actually.
So,
So
so Alan, as the Kickstarter, is the Kickstarter up? Can we go and fund it?
so it's going to be, as we're filming this. This is a Saturday. We're literally putting it up. It's going through the approval process. So hopefully it's today that it actually goes up. It might be actually tomorrow. But so hopefully you'll air this after the
I will.
Kickstarter's up, and
I
I'll
will
give you the
wait
link
till it's up. So, and I will put the link to the Kickstarter with the in
in
the
the description.
of this video.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, it will be up, and you know, it's a typical Kickstarter. So you can buy whatever covers you like, or I think we'll also have sets and stuff. I don't even know what it looks like yet. As I'm recording this with you, I have no idea what the Kickstarter looks like. I haven't seen it yet because it's the other guy that's doing that. So the way it works is
Have we got any shiny covers, Alan? Have we got any
I'm sure we will. There's some really great art that will make great shiny covers. Um, so, so that'll be yeah, that'll definitely be a thing. So yeah, so the way it works in terms of the partnership with this other guy is we're we're doing it as a Kickstarter. He knows how to set up Kickstarters. He knows all that because he's done it many, many times and very successfully. Um, so he's going to set up the Kickstarter. I'm going to do the like, and he actually has the stable of artists to work with. He's got some really amazing artists that he knows, and he brought them in on this project. So he's doing all that part of it. I'm doing the writing. So I wrote all the origin stories, or rewrote, like basically took information that's out there, rewrote it, and made my own versions of it. And then I wrote all this, got all the stats and found all the keys that you need to get. And then so I'm doing that part of it, and then I'm doing the promotion of it through things like this, and also on my own channel where I'll be promoting it, and hopefully it'll be a success. I don't know. But yeah, because he's the one setting up the Kickstarter, I have no idea what the Kickstarter looks like at this point. So
okay. All right, fine. Well, it sounds exciting. Now, and do you get free copies, Alan?
yes, so that's one of the things that we worked out on the deal. Actually, I didn't really do that great of a deal in terms. I should have like negotiated a bit better. I think I get like 3 to 5 copies of each cover, so I can use those as giveaways and stuff like that. But I think this is going to be very limited print run, but I think it'll be like in the hundreds, like like hundreds, like a couple hundred kind of level.
Yeah.
But he's going to get the extra copies that don't sell. So if it's one of those cases where the Kickstarter does really, really well, I do better. If it's the case that the Kickstarter doesn't do that well, he'll do better because he'll have all these extra books that he can sell on the secondary market and sell them for crazy prices. So generally on the Kickstarter, they sell for $20 to $30 range. On the secondary market, they sell for $50 to $100 range. So that's how he makes his money. He knows that secondary market is actually better. So I think he's kind of hoping that the Kickstarter won't do that well because he knows he'll do really well on the secondary market. It's one of those funny things, but I
Right
was learning when I
now,
made the deal.
okay. Have you got a name for the comic?
Yes, it's Vixens of the Golden Age.
Vixens of the Golden Age. Okay, well that's pretty good. That's quite
Yeah,
snap.
yeah. So I like the idea of kind of defining things like so you know what you're getting. Vixens is, kind of these sexy kind of, you know,
So
kind of,
potentially, there's just 4 or 5 issues of this then, Alan.
yeah, potentially, yeah. So, and then there's even things that where I spin off and do like bikini issues or, like some kind of
Swimsuit
sexy fun.
special.
Yeah, swimsuit specials, I mean, the typical, like I was a product of the 90s in terms of collecting. So, I'm ready with that knowledge, that great knowledge of, the swimsuit issues, all these kind of lame things that they did in the 90s. But yeah, I have that ready. So hopefully, I mean, if it's successful, there'll be multiple issues. Basically, I'm hoping it'll self-fund. I just, I put a lot of money in this already, so I'm at least hoping to break even. But if I can break even and plus, where I can have money to pay for a second issue, then that's really the ultimate goal.
So I've got a good idea for a comic, Alan. When this has been a huge success, you can do Vixens versus AD&D monster manuals. Uh, so you could have Miss Mask versus the gelatinous cube.
Oh yes, that'd be actually interesting. The gelatinous cubes, they kind of eat clothing first. Um, that'd be fun. I'd like that. Um, so yeah, but yeah, no, it should be good for that. It should be a fun one. Um, and actually, I should I show some of the art from it?
Yes, yes. Let's have a look at some of the art.
So okay, so I'm gonna tell you some of the characters. I'm not sure if you're super familiar with these characters, but the first one is the Black Cat. This is gonna be colored. This is just the black and white version of it.
That's
But
nice.
this is the Black Cat,
Yeah,
and the artist is Yonami. Yonami. I'm not familiar with the artist, tell you the truth, but
I
I
like
thought
the
it was really
style. I
cute.
quite like that. Yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, the Black Cat was a kind of an interesting character. Uh, you know, she was in Speed Comics, she was in Pocket Comics, and she was in her own title that ran like 65 issues. So very and lasted actually until the Silver Age.
Okay.
So one of the few characters that made it beyond the Silver Age.
Yeah. She's
And
had
then
her
she
name
was,
stolen by Marvel now.
yeah, yeah, yeah. But she was actually, brought one of those characters that was brought back by what's his name? Bill Black. And he did he did more sexy versions of like with Femme Force and all those ones.
Oh, right. Yes. Yeah.
So this is a very cool character. Um, and very popular in the golden age. Really great stuff, like fun stuff. So that's the first one. And you're familiar with Larry Wells, right?
Yeah.
The Cherry Pop Tart.
Yeah.
So another character that I really like, and just a quirky character that again was lost to the golden age, uh, was a Bullet Girl.
Oh,
Okay, so
Bullet Girl.
there
I was going to ask you if Bullet Girl was going to be in there. Yeah.
So Bullet Girl is like this, just such a quirky character. I love my quirky characters. So imagine now, I wanted you to imagine this before I show it. Imagine Bullet Girl. Okay, so
Right.
you got the cone head
Yeah.
helmet plus cherry pop tart.
Okay. I'm struggling a bit.
Okay, so like Bullet Girl plus cherry pop tart,
Mhm.
and then you get a Larry Wells Bullet Girl pop tart.
Oh, I like it.
Isn't
Yeah.
that funny? Isn't that cute?
That's very good. Yeah.
Bit of sexiness. Cherry Pop Tart is a very sexy comic, and she has the cuteness of Cherry Pop Tart. Let me zoom in a little bit with
Oh,
that.
well, it is cherry pop tart with a set metal
But
helmet on its head.
yeah, see, isn't that like as I said, it's Cherry Pop Tart if she was Bullet Girl.
She appears to have got a see-through blouse as well, Alan.
Yeah, of course. Well, it is Larry Wells. You know? So that's kind of the level of artist that we got though. Some really good talent. Another really good artist is George Weber. He did what's the name of the title? He did a bunch of stuff, but he's a really great artist. And this is one of the pinup pages.
George Webber. Where do I know George Webber from?
I did an interview with him
Oh, that's
on
right.
my
Yeah,
channel.
you did. Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah, yeah, he was doing
I
a
quite
really
liked
cute
him.
one.
Yeah, he was. Yes, I
His stuff was
yeah,
really good. It was
yeah.
really, really great artist. I thought this one was funny because it's got the typical golden age elements. I
Right.
think he,
So who's the woman on the stake?
now that's Rula.
Uh,
Rula was very popular. She was in
ruler of
like
the jungle, was she?
yeah, yeah, Rula, goddess of the jungle. Um, but yeah, she's just like this really funny character. Typical jungle girl character, right? And this has like, it has the bondage going on. It has even like a skull. Just like the typical golden age things. Got the snake. That's another element that you'd see in these jungle ones. There's always some snake attacking the girl for some reason and wrapping around them sometimes, usually. But yeah, just it's fun pinup art. Yeah. It has like the little politically incorrect native guys too. So just all the golden age elements.
Yeah. So if you're going to support Alan, it will not be politically
Not politically correct
or woke.
or woke. There is no wokeness involved. No woke people were hurt in the making of this comic. Um, so yeah, yeah, it should be fun. It's all about fun. It's just, it's pretty lighthearted. As I said, it's a mixture of pinup with fiend folio. I don't know how to describe it better than that.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So I'm expecting you to see on the Eisner Award.
Oh yeah. Oh, definitely. Definitely. It's going to be one of those top 100 comics of all time kind of level. Yeah,
Sounds
definitely.
sounds like it. You better get guys. You better get in at the start of this. I can see this is
Mhm.
going to work, to be honest, because people like those sexy ladies. Um,
Yeah, it's be fun.
so so fun. Go and buy the cheaper copies on the
Kickstarter.
Kickstarter, because they'll be twice the price when you buy them on the open market.
And these are, as I said, it's going to be a really low print run. That's the big thing.
Yeah, yeah. So they'll be
Um,
rare. This is with all these Kickstarters. The first ever Kickstarter, they only do print some of the variants will probably only have 10 or 20 copies, the rarer variants, and even the
yeah,
main.
actually, some I think we have is like 10
Yeah,
copies. So some of them are really, really rare, like really, and we might even have like some where it's original art as well. Like you can get like a sketch variant and stuff
yeah,
like that. So there's some really cool things that we're working on that we're going to be offering. And I think we're going to have like if we hit certain thresholds, we'll have like certain little bonuses that we'll throw in. So there'll be some nice stuff. I think it'll be fun. I I have high hopes. High hopes. So and it's also like the success of this comic kind of is based on the success of my channel.
yeah.
So if my channel does well, like if I get to that million subscriber tier, if you get in now when I'm just a small, like nobody really knows my channel, then you are buying a major investment because this could be
Hang on,
like,
didn't hang on. He's been a bit sort of self-depreciating here. Didn't you win one of those awards last year?
yeah, it's actually right behind me.
Yeah, exactly. So
So yeah.
I don't think you're a little unknown channel. So
Mhm.
yeah, okay, you haven't got a million viewers, but
I don't have a million
there are not
viewers.
many comic channels that have a million viewers.
I'm almost up to a million views though
Yes,
on like across all my videos,
yes,
which
I'm sure.
I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, that is pretty cool. Yeah. Right. Anything else you'd like to add, Alan, about this?
No, I'm just hoping people will support the Kickstarter. This is more this is not me trying to make money or anything like that. It's me just trying to support the comic book. Like just support a vision of like kind of promoting these golden age characters. I really do love these characters. You know how much I was going on about Miss Mask. So I had to have her in the
Oh, go
first.
go and watch some of our older videos. There was about a period of a year where Alan, we couldn't do a show without Alan talking about Miss Mask or showing me a movie.
Yeah, Miss Mask book. Yeah. So, it's like a thing. It's like this is me like, showing a little bit of my passion. And that's at the end of the day what it is all about.
Okay, so if you want to see a little bit of Alan's passion, go to the Kickstarter page in the comments and buy some. And
That's
presume in about 6 months' time, we'll get a comic.
yeah, I think it's going to be like I think if you buy now, it'll be like September.
Yeah, exactly. That's how it usually works.
Yeah. Yeah, it takes a little while.
But
We
it's,
have
it's
to print them
delayed.
still.
It's delayed pleasure.
Delayed pleasure. Yeah. It'll be cool though once you get it. You know, it'll be definitely cool.
With-
I'm looking forward to
I've
getting
done.
my
I've
copies.
supported a number of Kickstarters for comics, and it's always good fun because you pay your money and then
Mhm.
you
And then you
completely
wait.
about it.
Yeah. Like I've had ones
And then
where
about
like
5 months later, this package arrives. You know what?
what is this? Yeah, no, I've had that a few times now. It's like really like the worst was about a year. I was like, am I even getting this? Was this like one of those like I threw money at something that I'm never gonna see? But yeah, so it's fun when you get those packages and it's like, oh wow, it's nice to see it actually come to life. You
Okay,
know?
right, comic book fans. Um, Go and subscribe. Go and join in Alan's Kickstarter because if you don't, I will be gloating about my copies that I've got and telling you how much they've gone up in value. In a couple of years' time, I'll be telling you that $100 book now, and I've got issue 1 of 10. So there
Yeah, exactly.
we go. Thanks, Alan, for sharing that with us, and
Thank you.
yeah, we'll see you again on the price variance back in your usual role.
Okay, bye.